Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of our introduction to dart programming. In this video we are going to look at for loops. So in the last video we looked at while loop. Today we are going to look at a for loop, and they are all in the loops family. Okay, so the general syntax of a for loop is the keyword for, obviously. Then we have a counter, then a condition, then an increment, and the lines of code will come. Then we end. So unlike the for loop where we initialize our counter outside of the loop and then increment it in the block, we can do everything for the for loop inside where the condition is supposed to be. So a typical for loop will be with the keyword for, and we say int, say I equals 0, and we say I less than 10 and I plus plus. So again, you can use the I plus equals 1 or I equals I plus 1, it doesn't matter, but this works fine. Okay, so one thing you should know is you can do plus plus I plus plus 1, I, sorry, not 1, or you can do I plus plus. Now the difference is this will increase I before running the code, running this code, and this will increase I after running the code. Okay, so that's the difference between the plus plus I and the I plus plus. So I plus plus is going to run after we've executed this condition and then the blocks we put in here at least one time before it increases this, before it runs this actually. However, if you use the plus plus I, it's going to run this before it executes this block of code. Okay, so the for loop you can just print, say this is for loop number, and I would say I. So if I run this, I should get 10 lines of code starting from 0. So if I want to change the numbering, I can just add 1. Then if I run this, I get a perfect numbering system which is going to say 1 to 10, which is 10 lines of code, which is exactly the number of loops we were looking for. Okay. So basically this is all you need to run a for loop. Okay, so you can make decisions in the for loop as well. So you can say if and say I and say 5, and that's the only time you want to maybe execute this line of code. So let me just leave it this way. So if I run this, again, I get this is a for loop number 6 because we've added 1. Okay, so if I remove this, then I get 5, right? Okay, so basically this is all it takes to run a for loop. Again, you must be sure to increase your counter, or you might run into the infinite loop again. You can decide to initialize the counter outside, so you can say int I equals 0. Then instead of doing int I here, you can say I equals this, or you can just say I and I less than or something, or you can just completely ignore this as well, but it will give you that error, so it's best to keep it there. Alright, so you can do this and it will run fine, or you can decide to bring everything in, but I like to bring everything inside the while loop. Okay, so let me just get rid of this, or I can leave it there and comment it out for you guys as reference. So basically, this is all you need to run a for loop. You can add in extra lines of code to do different things you want to do for a specific number of times. It's all depends on you. So yeah. Okay, so in the next video we are going to talk about nested loops and nested if else conditions. So be sure to look out for that video. Just don't forget to like, share and subscribe to support this channel. Thank you and see you in another video.